Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the board game Red Rising. This game is based on a series of books, so if you enjoy the game, you might also be interested in learning about all these characters. But for now, let me start showing you how to play this. You are going to play until one player does something that causes the game to end. I'll get to that in a moment. But when the game is over, you take out the scoring pad and count up every player's points. Whoever has the most points wins the game. As I said, a player can do something that will make it the last round of the game. There are two things that can make that happen. 1. If at least one player has at least 7 little cubes here in this space, and at least one player has her or his little spaceship here on space 7 or further on this track, and at least one player has 7 or more of these red helium bits, then that is the final round. Or 2. If one single player has 2 of those things I just mentioned, that will also be the final round. For example, I have my little spaceship already here on space 7, and during my turn I take a red helium bit, and now I have 7 in total. If either of those two things happen, finish the round and then do the final scoring. If you have the most points, you are the winner. So, what do you get points for? At the end of the game, you will have your own set of cards. You get all these points that are in the top left corner here. And here at the bottom, it says that you can get extra points if you have what the card is asking for. Sometimes it says you get extra points if you have cards of a certain color. Or sometimes it says that if you have a card that has a particular character on it, that could also give you bonus points. Next, whoever has this sovereign token at the end of the game gets 10 extra points. You get points for wherever your own little spaceship is on this track, and you get 3 bonus points for every one of these red helium bits you have collected. Then this area. The player with the most little cubes in this area gets 4 bonus points per cube in their own color. The player with the second most cubes here gets 2 bonus points per cube. And everyone else gets 1 bonus point per cube. And finally, if you have more than 7 cards, you get 10 minus points for each card that you have too many. So if you have 9 cards in total, you get 20 minus points. During the game, don't forget to look at the text on all the cards to see what bonus points they will give you at the end of the game. But again, points for your card as it says here, and more points for what it says at the bottom. Points for whoever has this token. 3 points for every red bit. Points for where your spaceship is. And points for your own cubes here. Don't have more than 7 cards in total, because that gets you minus points. Now, how do you play the game? What do you do when it's your turn? As you already know, you are going to try to have cards at the end of the game that will give you a lot of points. Keep that end goal in mind when you play. When it's your turn, you can do one action, and you can choose between 3 options. 1. Take 1 card from the deck and place it on one of these 4 spaces. And then you get to do the special action of the space where you put it. One of these 4 columns here. 2. Take one of your own cards from your hand and place it on one of the 4 columns. And then you can do what it says in the middle of the card, here. When you place this card anywhere on the board, you can do this. And after that, you can take one card from the deck and roll the die. You get whatever you roll. Or 3. The third thing you could do when it's your turn is take one of your cards and place it on one of the 4 columns on the board. Again, you can then do what it says in the middle of your card. And after that, you can take the card that is on top from one of the other columns. And that also gives you the special action of that space. Let me repeat that. When it's your turn, take one card from the deck and place that on one of these 4 spaces on the board. And then you can do the special action from that one column. Or, when it's your turn, you can place one of your own cards on one of the columns on the board to do whatever it says in the middle of your card. After that, take a card from the deck and roll the die. Or the last thing you can choose to do during your turn is place one of your cards on the board and do what it says on your card, and then take one card that is on top of one of the other locations and get the special bonus from that column. Just to be clear, with the top card, it is always the card that is literally on top of the other cards, like this one, for example. What the actions on the cards are, you'll have to read for yourself. The card will speak for itself. But let me explain what each column can do for you. The special action of this first blue column is that you get to move your own little spaceship one space forward on this track. The special action of the red column is that you get to take one red helium bit from the supply. The special action from the yellow column is that you get to take this token, the sovereign token. Place it on your own character board, and the board will tell you what this will do for you. And the special power of this green column is that you get to place one of your own cubes here on the board. Remember that you can use the special actions from these columns when you take a card from the deck and place it somewhere as your own action, or when you take a card from that column. That's it. That's what you can do when it's your turn. It's all written on your information board that you can look at for the whole game. And this is also how you play Red Rising. Take your time to read the cards, and what every result of the die means you can look up in the rulebook. It's written very clearly here. We're done. I hope you feel you understand how to play this game and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Feel free to leave a comment and see you for the next one.